In today's world, not every monster hides in the dark. Some walk among us in daylight, wearing fine clothes, smiling at strangers, pretending to be saints. But behind closed doors, they reveal who they truly are. This is the story of Desmond, a man who thought he was untouchable. A man who believed fear was the same as respect, and that women existed only to obey him. Desmond was tall, dark-skinned, and handsome. He worked in a big bank in Lagos, always dressed in perfect suits and always smiling. People admired him. To them, he was the definition of a good man. But when the door shut behind him, that smile disappeared. Desmond had a weakness, his temper. Whenever a woman disagreed with him, he saw it as an insult. And when anger took over, his hand spoke faster than his words. To outsiders, he looked perfect. But to those who loved him, he was a storm that never stopped. Desmond's girlfriend, Kemi, had endured more than anyone should. She loved him deeply and believed that one day love would change him. But the more she forgave, the worse he became. One night, he came home late, drunk and shouting. He accused her of cheating just because she didn't answer his call quickly enough. Before she could explain, his hand landed hard across her face. She fell, crying quietly, and as he stormed away, she whispered, "God, please help me leave this man alive." The next morning, while Desmond was at work, Kemi packed a small bag. No jewelry, no makeup, just her ID card and a few clothes. She left quietly. When Desmond returned and saw she was gone, he laughed. "Let her go," he said. "She'll come back. They always do." But Kemi never came back. And from that moment, the universe began preparing Desmond's lesson. Weeks passed. Desmond went on with his proud, confident life. Until one Monday morning, a new woman walked into the office. Her name was Amara. Elegant, smart, and fearless. She had the kind of beauty that didn't shout but demanded respect. Desmond was instantly drawn to her. He tried his usual charm, smooth talk, expensive gifts, and sweet compliments, but Amara wasn't impressed. Desmond said, "You're a difficult one. Every woman falls for me eventually." Amara replied, "Maybe because I'm not one of every woman, Desmond." Her calm confidence stung his pride. He decided she was a challenge, and he loved challenges, especially the ones who said no. A few weeks later, Amara agreed to go on a date with him. Desmond was perfect that night, opening doors, paying bills, saying all the right words. Everything looked right, but slowly his mask began to crack. He started asking questions that sounded caring but were filled with control. "Why did you post that picture? Who's that man that called you? I don't like you going out alone." Amara noticed the signs. She had seen women lose themselves to men like this. She warned him, "Desmond, I don't do controlling relationships." He smirked and said, "You'll adjust." "They all do." That night, they argued. Desmond's anger rose. His hand lifted, ready to strike. But before his palm reached her, Amara caught it firmly. Her eyes met his. She said, "Try that again, and I'll make sure you never raise this hand against any woman again." Desmond froze. For the first time, a woman didn't cry. She didn't beg. She stood her ground. He pulled away in shock. The next morning, Amara went straight to Human Resources. She reported Desmond for harassment and violent threats. An investigation began immediately. Within a week, Desmond was suspended. His name spread across the office like wildfire. People who once admired him now avoided him. Soon, other women came forward, ex-girlfriends, co-workers, bringing proof, pictures, and messages. The man who thought he could never fall was falling fast. Desmond called Amara, shouting, "You ruined me." But Amara's voice was calm. "No, Desmond. You ruined yourself the day you believed hurting women made you strong. The call ended, and for the first time, Desmond felt small. Months passed. Desmond's world collapsed around him. His job was gone. His car was sold. His friends disappeared. He was alone. One afternoon, he sat in a small cafe wearing an old, wrinkled suit, the same suit he once bragged about. As he stared into his coffee, he heard a familiar voice say, "Desmond." He looked up. It was Amara, elegant and peaceful. He couldn't meet her eyes. "I'm not here to gloat," she said softly. "I just hope you've learned." Desmond sighed. "I have. I didn't know how cruel I was until I lost everything." She nodded. "Pain is a good teacher. I wish you peace, Desmond." Then she walked away. He looked at his reflection in the cafe window, and for the first time, he saw the truth, not the man he pretended to be, but the man he had become. Weeks later, Desmond joined a charity group that helped victims of domestic violence. He listened to their stories that sounded just like his. And each time he heard a woman cry, he remembered Kemi, he remembered Amara, and he remembered himself. Slowly, he began to change, not for anyone else, but for himself. One evening, as he watched the sunset, he whispered, "True strength is not in how hard I strike, but in how gently I hold others." No man is truly strong until he learns to protect, not destroy. Respect is never earned through fear, it is earned through kindness and compassion. And when life decides to teach, even the proud must bow. This is the story of a man who thought he was strong, until strength itself taught him humility. True strength is not in control, it's in compassion. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more African moral stories.